21. Who had 38-20? That was you.
I
You
think I did.
you had that. So hey, you only a point off though. But you way off. All right. Well, Against All Live Sports Radio show, we live. Let's get us on here. They don't have us on here, so let's get us on here. Let's see. There we go.
Technical difficulty.
There's no technical. We here. It's funny because you see the reverse.
Yeah.
You see Bruce is on the other side.
Yeah, I'm actually over that way.
It's not what you see. It's not what you see. It's how you see it. So, once again, I'm Javon, based on Legacy. Bruce Speaks Smooth Ballad.
Tank, a.k.a. DJ TK.
All right. So, let's talk a little bit about the last song before we get into the actual sports show. We're going to Chicago next Friday to premiere it out there. And if you're still interested, go to jblegacyfilms.com to get your tickets. There's still some tickets left for the Chicago show. We're like 8 days away from that. And then also, if you have a business and you need some business credit and you're ready to launch your business, but you're feeling overwhelmed, here's your game-changer solution. You can unlock tax benefits for wealthy individuals, legally reduce your taxes by opening owncapitalwealth.com. That's what you want to check out. So let's get into what we've been wanting to talk about. Ohio State wins over Penn State 20-12. So let's check out these predictions first, then we'll get to talking about the game. So we got Bruce's prediction 28-24. Close. Tank's 38-21. And myself 26-20. So what was the score? 28, what was it? 20-12.
20-12, you were close.
So maybe I was the closest one.
Closest one to that. 20-13.
Yeah, I didn't see it scoring a lot of points. I thought that's probably the most we was gonna score. It was 26. But that's what I got out of that. So what was your take on the game? How did y'all feel about the game?
It kind of started off a little slow. A little too close for comfort. Then in the second half, they came through and pulled it away. Their defense, man, looked awesome. They were, I believe, 0 for 14 on third downs. Their Penn State's offense. They kind of had shades of looking like the Browns defense did, all these games all season except for Saturday or Sunday. Right. But they came. It was like they're clicking at the right time because it's starting to get towards the end of the season, getting to playoff times. We got the next our next biggest game, I guess you could say, would be Michigan if they're allowed to play after what's going on with them.
Wisconsin's next biggest one.
So let's talk about Ohio State.
Yeah, you're right.
Ohio State versus Wisconsin. So that goes down this Saturday, right?
At Wisconsin.
Yeah. At Wisconsin.
I forgot all about that.
So what's your take on that game? Do you think our defense will still stack up to defend, or do you think we're going to lose that game?
I think our defense will show up. I think we'll take them. Because Penn State was more formidable opponent than Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And we held down Penn State. We shut down their running game and passing game. We definitely can shut down Wisconsin's running and passing game. Wisconsin
is actually not having a bad season. They've had some really nice games. They've struggled a couple times. But our defense should stack up a lot better matchup against their offense than it was against Penn State. And you saw what we did to Penn State this past weekend. So
And yeah, Wisconsin doesn't even have the receivers near that we have.
yeah,
So
Well, the way I look at it is you never take any opponent lightly.
no, especially in the Big Ten.
and in Wisconsin,
Just period. Just
No,
period.
yeah.
Just you go in there, you think you about to wreck something, and then that's when they hit you in your mouth, and
Yep.
then game over. You're like, man, what happened?
Well, it ain't gonna be easy because it's Luke Fickle and he knows a lot about Ohio State. So it's not gonna be easy to go in there.
Oh wow. I'm thinking he was still with Cincinnati. I forgot he did go to Wisconsin.
Yeah.
That's right.
So
What a move, right? What a
Yeah,
move.
that was
Yeah.
a big jump.
and Wisconsin's a good program, so
Mhm.
you're gonna have to deal with that historical nature that they're not gonna lay down. They're gonna fight back.
Yeah, they had a guy that just went into the Hall of Fame came from Wisconsin.
Yeah, he played for the Browns, didn't he?
Mhm.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
they're linemen you. That's
One of the
Yeah,
best.
yeah,
One of the
they
best.
are.
One of the best Browns to play the game.
Yeah. So they're gonna run the ball, and we're gonna have to. The front four is gonna have to step up. They've been stepping up all year, so I don't doubt it this time.
All right, so I guess while we here, and we might as well go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
So, what's your prediction as far as the game goes?
I'm gonna say 28-20.
28,
Ohio State 28, Wisconsin 20.
28-20, huh?
Yeah.
All right, what you got, Tank?
Mine is kind of sort of similar. 21-16.
Wow, you see another slugfest.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a great.
Weather's supposed to be better Saturday though.
Man, the weather this weekend in general.
Yeah, this whole week is in general is gonna be nice.
We at home or we there?
It's in Wisconsin.
In Wisconsin.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's in the Badgerville.
So we in Badgerville, okay.
Yeah.
So Wisconsin, 9, 16, 19. So I'm gonna go Wisconsin 19, Ohio State 27.
That's close because it's gonna be 67 degrees. What is it? It's gonna be 66 in Cleveland.
27-19.
27-19.
That's the closest.
I see a lot of field goal action going on for Wisconsin. Not too many touchdowns. Maybe one touchdown, 3 field goals.
Whoa, they're expecting snow in Minneapolis, and that's close to Wisconsin, isn't it? Minnesota,
No, that's a little bit further out.
a little further out.
Yeah.
Well, evidently, it might be colder than I think this weekend.
It could.
It's supposed to hit 71 tomorrow, though,
Yeah.
here in
Well,
Cleveland.
Cleveland, we're a long way from Wisconsin. I've been to Wisconsin. A long way, but
It's the time they get cold down there.
Yeah.
well, Minneapolis always get cold, but still, Wisconsin's pretty close.
Yeah, pretty close.
I
Pretty
don't know.
close.
So maybe it's going to be in the 50s there, but
Yeah.
we'll see. I think Ohio State will have a business stuff.
All right, so let's write that on here. The O State game. All right, so we got the prediction for the O State game. So let's get to what we really want to talk to. Browns beat the Colts 39-38.
Woof, the dogs.
Yes.
39 to
And the
38.
Browns. The dogs and the Browns.
Real quick before we get to talk about the Browns offense. Watson out again because of an injury.
Yeah.
Or he don't want to get injured again, as they say. So what do you think about that call by Stefanski by letting Watson stay out versus him staying in?
Well, people can always speculate and say, "Oh, they really doing this or they really doing that." Only they will know. But if what Kevin Stefanski said, he was trying to protect him from getting seriously injured after getting hit like he did on Sunday. I think that was a good move. I honestly think they should never have played him because of the injury he was coming off of.
I think we said that.
They
last
should have.
week.
They should have at least let him
Rest-
get
It was
full week
still a
of
winnable
practice.
game.
It was a
we
winnable
felt-
game
we
without
felt
him.
PJ Walker was able to
Yeah.
get me shoot.
Having him in there for what 2 series or whatever
Yeah,
it
2
was.
series.
It
Yeah.
didn't affect anything really.
Nah, you had matter
You
of fact,
had the interceptions and stuff,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
I don't want to say, no other way to say it. It was kind of a waste of time a waste of a couple series.
Yeah.
Having him out there.
Ford bailed him out.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure did.
Bailed him out.
So let's see. PJ Walker, 15 out of 32, 178 passing yards, 1 interception. Then we had Jerome Ford, 11 carries, 74 yards, 1 touchdown. He bust one. That was pretty much it, right?
Yeah.
And then you got Moore. You got Moore, 4 receptions, 59 yards. And that was kind of like, the Browns offense.
Yeah. 32, 15 for 32 is not very good.
No.
It's not even 50% passing rate.
Well, you know what? It's good for him because
we won.
That's what he is anyway.
He
like
did better last time.
But I wasn't expecting anything from him anyway.
He did better. He did better against the 49ers.
He did, but I still wasn't expecting him to do nothing.
Well, I think I was expecting him to. What he scored? He scored 31 points. No,
he did not.
He scored 20. He scored 26 points. 25 points. 25 points.
No,
24 points.
When he got in the game, Jerome Ford was already scored a touchdown.
Oh, that's right. We took that one.
The defense scored a touchdown. That's 14.
So
points.
he only got 17 points.
Pretty much.
I mean, he put us in position for 17 points.
He did his job.
Ford
He came in there and hiked the ball. I mean, they hiked the ball to him.
Wait. Okay, we scored 39, right?
Another thing, though, is I'm tired of people saying.
So we scored a touchdown, 30.
He didn't really do nothing when you sit down.
30. So, but we got to give him credit. So Garrett got the 7.
No,
or the 6.
You got to give the kicker more credit than him.
But he put him in position to get the kick.
So the defense put him in position to get the kick.
Oh, trust me, PJ Walker helped us.
PJ Walker helped us get in position.
He didn't throw that long pass down the sideline.
He would have had no turnovers.
We would not have been able to get down on that. We wouldn't have been able to get down there in that red zone.
That was his only turnover.
He did okay.
Pass, right? He did one interception.
He did okay.
Right?
I mean, he didn't do nothing superb.
He threw an interception, but they called it back.
No, he actually had a fumble, and then they said it was a pass interference.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's what it was. Yeah. So he played better than the 49ers because he had 2 turnovers in the 49ers. Mm-hmm. But his percentage was better than 49ers. But I mean, he did what he's supposed to do as a backup. He did.
I guess he did. I mean, he played mediocre. He did.
But I mean, look, Deshaun was throwing it in the ground in the first series.
Guess what, though?
It's funny.
Let's talk about Deshaun Watson. I'm not even defending Deshaun Watson. Deshaun looked like trash.
Oh, it was trash.
He was like trash. He like hot trash, man.
But my question was, did he throw like that in practice? Because if he threw like that in practice,
there was really no reason for him to be out there.
No reason for him to be out there.
Yeah.
He looked like hot trash, man.
Yeah.
I was like, what's going on, man? I ain't understanding.
I think that was for everybody. All the fans crying about Deshaun got to play. He make too much money, but
that's what the owner thinking. Like he got to play. He got too much.
I don't think the owner was. I think the owners are trying to please the Cleveland fans are always crying about the Deshaun's salary and stuff.
Because a lot of Cleveland fans are now saying, "Oh, why don't we go trade for Jacoby Brissett? We're winning games, man. We don't need him to come back here and start losing games."
What?
No, he's actually better than PJ.
I would take Jacoby Brissett over PJ.
He's better than PJ.
That dude won 4 games, and he did that consistently throughout his career.
The defense wasn't that great.
The defense was horrible last year. And Stefanski was horrible last year.
That's true, but still.
He made plays, though.
He made
plays, though, man. You got to tell the truth. He did make some plays.
He didn't throw a lot of interceptions.
We say like he's the great.
There was one thing I did like that he did. Every single time he did a quarterback sneak, he got the first down. Yeah, every single time he did that, I like that. That was the only thing.
I mean, you can't say that he blew the game.
He did.
He was back up. He did his role, and he should have
won more.
Look, I mean, we missed 3 kicks.
The defense blew the game.
Defense and 3 kicks. So that would have gave himself. He would have had 7 wins. Then with just that.
Just think about it. That Jets game.
The
defense blew it.
The Jets. That's right. The Jets game and
the Carolina game almost.
Almost
Carolina. We won that one, but barely won it.
But we should what? I think we lost to Denver. We should beat Denver.
Man, it was terrible, man.
So
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, with this defense, I'd go get Brissett. I get it. Because you're gonna need one. What your backup is between
DTR and PJ.
DTR, not PJ Walker, the other one. PJ is your second.
We don't have another one. It's only
DTR
Deshaun. It's only Deshaun, PJ, and DTR.
We got 4 quarterbacks. We got
no, they
practice
cut the 4th guy.
We cut him again.
Yeah, they brought him back and they cut him and picked up.
Well, who's our practice scout quarterback?
Nobody, right? Well,
so we only got 2 quarterbacks.
That's DTR, yeah.
We definitely need to have a quarterback because something happened to Walker. Now DTR got to go out there again.
Yeah, that's what I don't want to happen.
And who's our utility quarterback?
Just think about it though. It's Stefanski's fault. DTR shouldn't have been doing that much anyway.
He should have never been your second string quarterback.
I'm saying if you're gonna make him a second string anyway, don't have him throw that many passes. Give him some rhythm.
He definitely should have been West Coast passer, but you couldn't let him get hit.
Run the ball.
He's 190 pounds. You're talking about with a running back. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Run the ball. I mean,
I had one of the guys on here. He said we should trade Deshaun Watson. At this point, I don't think we can.
Who's going to take Deshaun Watson
with that contract?
Whole contract, and he got
a
rotator cuff injury.
It'd be hard.
Nobody gonna take.
That'll have to be stuff you do in the off season if you're serious about it.
Yeah, at this point,
I don't think anybody will take that contract.
That's crazy how we're 4-2 and we haven't had a decent looking quarterback.
A decent offense.
A decent offense. Yeah.
Period.
We're winning games. That's how good our defense is. That's how good Jim Schwartz is.
Speaking of defense, let's get to the Cleveland defense. So Myles Garrett, 7 tackles, 2 sacks, and 1 block.
One man team.
But the only thing about it was, and I hate to say it, I think the one play he jumped offside.
He runs out twice because he always jumped off twice.
But I'm saying the first one, it cost us the touchdown.
That was.
Because he stopped playing.
But every time he jumped off, they stopped playing.
Yeah. Every time.
Every time.
They go for the free shot.
But normally when you jump outside, you push the offensive lineman down. You keep going.
They'll blow the whistle.
Get a free hit at the quarterback.
They blow the whistle.
I never seen nobody stop after jumping outside like that.
And they blow the whistle. They see it's about to be ugly. Oh, the play dead.
Yeah.
But that costed us. But then he made up for it.
He made up for it.
He made up for it.
Extremely made up.
Man, he was all over. He was like a wrecking ball.
Wrecking ball, yeah.
Yes, he was.
Wrecking ball.
That is to show you how effective the other side is. That we, in the offseason guys, Darius Smith and Obo, Dalvin Tomlinson, and you even had
Faust.
I know we're talking about the defense. You even had another crazy thing with Nick Harris, who was brought here to be your center and was going to be your starting center until Posey got here. He lined up at fullback. He played fullback
I saw that
yesterday.
We pulled a Ravens number.
We
pulled a Ravens. I was wondering when we were going to do a Ravens number.
We needed that, though.
Yeah. We go for Card in the backfield, 300. Yeah.
Well, by the time the referees looked out for us.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was always on the other end of that stick, man.
Always.
Losers always on that end.
And then as soon as that happens and we get it in our favor, everybody in the world, the Browns didn't win. The Browns didn't win.
Overdue.
They changed.
Man, the referee get y'all that game.
The game is over. Then they changed calls on us.
They've been taking games away from us for 22 years,
25 years.
Yeah.
They blown inverted whistles.
Yeah.
Like, come on, Coop scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. What's that?
Crazy.
I just made it up overnight. So what do you grade Myles? What do you think? What do you grade him?
I give him a B+.
B+?
Yeah, because he jumped off sides twice.
I give him an A-.
I say A-.
Stellar
players.
Players can't be jumping off sides. He did that other week.
He's been doing that every single game.
Only reason I give him an A-, he just made up too much. He made up for it though.
Yeah.
It ain't like he got one sack and that was it.
And all you gotta do is watch the ball. They say he's the fastest guy off the line. So how much more time you gonna do but just by watching the ball?
Yeah.
All you gotta do is watch the ball move.
If you
don't move, don't go.
I ain't never seen none of that. TJ Watt don't have that problem.
None of the edge rushers don't.
He's jumped off.
No, not like that.
Not like that.
Every single game.
Not every single game. Twice.
No, he do it every game. Who? Myles.
Yeah, I'm talking about TJ Watt.
Yeah.
Myles do it every game.
Yep.
Or what name? Donald and
Aaron Donald.
Aaron Donald
and Michael Parsons.
Yeah. Nope. Michael Parsons on there. All them
Bosa. Maybe Bosa.
Yeah. The Bosa boys.
Just watch the ball. Jeez.
That's all you got to do.
Out the corner of your eye, peripheral vision game.
Use your peripherals.
All right, real quick. Special teams.
Oh man, we gotta give him an A+.
Record setting, man.
He dropped 15.
450.
Man.
He dropped 15 points.
Yeah.
The kicker.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. He dropped 15? I thought it was 12.
That's 15 points.
Yeah. He also set a record, man. He's
Most
the
50-yard
first
kick
kicker
field
in
goals?
the NFL history to kick 50+ yards in 5 straight games.
5 games, yeah.
Let's keep the streak going.
So we got Dawson Jr. Huh?
Yeah. And it was funny because when we first got him, the only knock on him was he was 17 of like 20 something.
He could kick
He
the long
couldn't
field
kick
goal.
past 50 yards, and
They
that's
said
all
he
he's
could
been
kick the long
doing
field goal, yeah.
since he got here.
I doubt that because when he was in Washington, he was kicking them like that.
That's what
I
they
thought
said.
so too.
Yeah,
They were
they
saying
said
he
he couldn't kick
also
the
I used
long
to
missed
have
a
him in
lot.
fantasy. I had him in
Yeah.
fantasy a couple years. And I was like, okay, he consistent on the kicking side.
That 58 was like 61.
Yeah.
And according to their locker room video they had, he makes really good smoothies.
Yeah, I heard.
Okay.
All right, so let's get to I guess we might have a guest.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's try to get to these predictions before the guests come.
Okay.
So we got Browns versus Seahawks. It's a 4:05 game. Right before Nate Segura joins in. So we'll come back to the prediction.
Okay.
Let's get him real quick.
What's going on, guys?
How you doing, Nathan?
Good. How are you?
Good.
What's
See
going
you
on?
So how's everything going with you?
Good. Happy to be. Happy the Browns are 4-2. It's been certainly
yeah,
interesting.
definitely.
I'm trying to relax after the craziness of those last 2 games.
Yeah.
Hey, what was that stat that you were talking about with Miles in high school? You said in one season he did that 9 times, the block punt or the block field goals.
Yeah, I think it may have been 9 in his high school career, but yeah, he was a kick blocking machine in high school. As you imagine, he's a different kind of athlete, different kind of guy. Is special, and we're very lucky, I think, to watch his greatness. Every single week.
Yeah, watching another Hall of Famer, man.
That's certainly the trajectory. They just put out the graphic for most sacks before your 28th birthday. He's got 82. That's first on that list. It's Reggie White, Bruce Smith, Derek Thomas, and TJ Watt. But the 3 in between Miles and TJ Watt, he's 5th. Those 3 are all gold jackets. That's definitely the trajectory Myles Garrett's on.
Yeah, he's on a pace to definitely break his sack record from last year.
Yeah, which would be awesome. And if he does that, if he gets more than 16 or more this year, first guy since Reggie White to do that. And in fact, the only other person other than Reggie White to have 16 or more sacks 3 straight seasons.
And that's phenomenal because Reggie White was excellent.
And we watching history in the making right now. We're just watching Miles. Like he's unbelievable when you watch him play. So what do you think about the Seahawks game coming up?
I think it's going to be a tough test. The Seahawks, they're a good football team. That's a very tough place to play. I've only been up there once, and it was a loud, raucous environment. Geno Smith's playing well. They're coming off of a win. They played the Bengals tough in Cincinnati and really had a couple opportunities to win that game and were not able to do it. But, DK Metcalf, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Tyler Lockett, they've got good receivers. They've got a good running back in Kenneth Walker. And then on their defense, they can get after the quarterback a little bit, and they've got great corners. They drafted Witherspoon the first round this year. They've got Tariq Woolen. So it's going to be I think it's going to be it's a tough place to play. It's a tough matchup. And, for the Browns, they've found ways to win, and you hope that you can continue to do that with your defense. Now, if there is one weakness for the Seahawks, it's their offensive line. And the strength of our defense is the defensive line. So we should be able to get after Geno Smith if we can get him in some of those 3rd and long situations and get a lot of pressure, and hopefully the defense can wreck the game. The big question mark for us is just going to be what's our offense look like? And I think that's really going to be the question until we get things settled at the quarterback position.
Yeah. Being a big Ohio State fan, I'm always looking to see what the draftees from Ohio State doing. Jackson had a nice breakout game last week. I think he had like over 60-something yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, it was his first touchdown. I think he had 5 catches, 62 yards, maybe 67 yards.
Yeah.
He's a good player, and they've got a lot of talent. They didn't have DK Metcalf this last game, but that's why it's going to be tough to contain those guys.
Yeah, definitely.
Is DK Metcalf questionable for this game, or is he definitely going to be helped?
We don't know yet. He didn't play last week. He's got a hip issue, I think, and we'll find out more as they get to practice on Wednesday.
Ready for this game? That'll be a
so what do you think is going on with Myles Garrett jumping off sides? It's just too anxious, or
I think he's just right. He's just trying to time it up, and that's one of the things. His get off is so good. I know he would be the first to tell you that's something he's got to clean up a little bit because that gives teams free plays, and those free plays turn into a long touchdown to Josh Downs and Gardner Minshew probably wouldn't even have been looking at Josh Downs on that play. He's just trying to get a first down. So, and then they had the other one where they threw the jump ball basically to Alec Pierce, and he was able to come down with it. So, yeah, we can't do that because it just gives, like I said, gives the offense a free play to take a shot down the field, and the Colts connected on both of them in this one, and so that's something they got to get cleaned up.
Definitely.
So the question we were asking is should the Browns stick with P.J. Walker, or we need to look for another backup quarterback?
I mean, P.J. Walker's 2 game-winning drives, 2 fourth-quarter comebacks. He's done a good job. Obviously, the play at the quarterback position overall just has not been at the level the Browns needed to be, a playoff football team. But P.J.'s done the best he can. There just aren't great options out there, right? I mean, you'd have to get, if you were getting somebody who's not in your system to get them up to speed to be able to come in and play a game, that could take some time. And then, the only natural one would obviously be Jacoby Brissett. But, the Commanders know the Browns probably don't have a lot of leverage in that. And it would be probably a big price tag. And so do you want to do that? Look, this season's going to go with Deshaun Watson, and the Browns need to get Deshaun Watson healthy and get him right. And when that happens, we'll have a chance to do some things. And the good news is we've been able to win the last 2 weeks, and you got to just keep that going.
Yeah. Lucky we have the good, the top of the line doctors to be able to work with him and hopefully get him back to where he needs to be. Hopefully this
just so he can play free.
Yeah. Do you think Deshaun is trying to go for home runs a lot versus just trying to take a couple check downs, or you think he's just?
I think he's done things within the framework of the offense. On that play, Marquise Goodwin was open. I don't know if it was his arm. He just was not able to get the ball down there. But, the last time we saw him when he was healthy, he was great against Tennessee. 27-33, 289 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. So that's where we got to hopefully get him back to. And you're right, we've got a great group of doctors that are working with him. He's working hard to get back there, and hopefully that's what the Browns will be able to have happen here soon.
So with this rotator cuff injury, how long does it usually take for a rotator cuff injury?
I'm not a doctor. No idea. I have no idea what's going on. I don't see the MRIs. I have no idea.
Yeah, rotator cuff, that's a serious injury.
Yeah, it's scary. Again, when we don't know, Deshaun described it as micro tears, so something that would be very small, and hopefully, we'll heal up here. Heal up here quickly. But I'll tell you what, it's good to be able to have these conversations when they're 4-2, as opposed to could have gone the other way. So Browns have put themselves in a good position. But I got to run. I appreciate you guys having me on. Let's go Browns.
Go Browns. Have a good night.
All right, guys. See ya.
All right. Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, so he hadn't agreed. So Jacoby would be our only choice, but do you want to give?
Hey, how you doing?
Mr. Dixon, what's going on?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Can
you hear me?
Yeah,
you hear me?
Yeah, how are you?
Yep. Oh, can you hear us?
I got you.
Okay, cool.
Good. So, how did you feel about yesterday's game?
It was strange. It was actually strange. If you'd told me they were going to score 38 points on our defense, I'd have told you guys you was crazy. And because our defense, as you guys know, is playing so well right now. I was shocked. I was totally shocked. But a win is a win. I think it's strange though with that quarterback situation. We all just got to figure out what the hell's going on, because at first, obviously I thought it was concussion. Supposedly he went in concussion protocol, cleared that. And today we're hearing it's got something to do with his shoulder, or I don't know what the hell's going on over there. But I know when they didn't put him back in, when he 1 for 5, something like that. Yeah. So it's kind of weird. When you look at it, I just don't think they have confidence in any of them right now. PJ Walker or DTR or Deshaun. I mean, it's kind of crazy right now. But if we can get that quarterback situation going, I think we'll be okay.
That's what could make the Browns one of the most dangerous teams in the NFL. We're winning games against these good teams, and we're doing it without a consistent quarterback, decent quarterback.
Yeah.
Right. And defense, we just got to keep that defense playing well. I mean, obviously, a couple of games they didn't look great. They didn't play well against the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens were able to move the ball, run the ball on us. And this team we just had, Miles had an outstanding game. He had an outstanding game. But other than that, I mean, we gave up some big plays on that defense. 38. Who'd have told us if they'd have scored? Who'd have told me if they'd have scored 38 without Deshaun, we would have won that game. But we had, the refs, I think helped us out a little bit. But hell,
Most definitely.
but it's our time to get a break now. I mean, normally that'll go against us, but we'll take it any way we can get it.
So what was going on with Gardner Minshew getting all those QB runs that he was getting?
Well, you know what? We all know that he's the guy that mostly if the play breaks down, he can turn and he can run the ball. Because normally we'll have JOK in there that'll spy that whole thing. Because, obviously he's a linebacker, but he's very, very fast linebacker. Normally we'll have him and Grant Delpit in there. Number 22, those are two guys that normally stops those type of plays. But man, for some reason, they were all out of whack and out of position. And he was able to pick up some big yards running the football and pick up some big first downs. So that hurt us also a little bit.
Do you think it was some of the zones we were running?
I think that, but that defensive line that we have has been playing so well lately. It's hard to kind of criticize them or have any fault with them because I've always said the game of football is controlled or played on the offensive and defensive line of scrimmage, and that's pretty much where it's been going right now. I'm sitting there. I got my dog. I'm trying to keep him quiet because I know, it's one of those little ones, and I know any minute he's gonna go off.
Yeah, with JT and Zach Moss back there, they actually JT actually just came back. They settled his contract dispute a couple weeks ago, and he was slowly acclimating himself. And then yesterday, he just went off.
Well, I tell you, Zach Moss. This guy is something else. Let's just face it. I mean, you talking about can run, and now they got that 1-2 punch, just like you said, with those two guys, and they were able to run the football on us. And again, I keep saying they was able to run a lot more than what I expected them to be able to. But we don't have to. We got to fix that, and we got Seattle coming up, so we got to get ready to go because Seattle is no slouch. I mean, they're pretty decent football team. So we got to kind of watch them and see what happened there. But it's gonna be interesting. I like where we are right now, even though we're third in the AFC North. Obviously, we got Baltimore is number 1, Pittsburgh, believe it or not, number 2. That's driving me crazy.
So how did you adjust when you went on those long West Coast trips?
Oh man, you know what? You think about it, but you don't really think about it because you have a job to do, and you go in there and you're gonna play. People act like it's. I think people make more out of it than normally you should, because you go in there, you land, you get your rest, and then you turn around and play, and then you turn around and you come back. I just still think people just made more out of it than they should have.
Yeah, a lot of people talk about that time adjustment and they how many hours behind they are. They make it so that when they leave here, they get enough time to adjust and do what they need to do to get ready for the games.
Well, yeah, because when they get there, they take their butt and get some rest instead of trying to see the city a little bit. That's time. There's other times for that. Right now, you here to play ball, so you got to do what you got to do. That's what Frank and I we love to do. We love to get to the city and we crank up the old films again, dog, and just try to learn and know everything we possibly gonna know about our opponents. And so when you get there, and plus you're gonna rest on the plane going.
Oh yeah.
So everything should be okay.
So you happen to be one the creator, as we say, of the Dog Pound. How did that come about?
Well, dog, it was kind of weird because we never had a Myles Garrett or Za'Darius or Thomason playing like he's playing on that defensive line. Obviously, don't get me wrong, our guys were, decent guys, and they were getting to but we didn't have no dominant pass rushers like that. So one day, me being from the South, I was thinking about how that old dog used to chase that cat. And I said, we were at Lakeland Community College, and I said, well, I'm gonna start barking at him. I told the guys, I said, when we start barking at you guys thinking that a quarterback has the cat, you guys the dog, and just rear back and go get him. And at that time, even at training camp, the fans were so close to the field, and we started barking shit. Before we know it, everybody was the dogs. Not just the defensive line, but the whole defense, the whole team, and then Arsenio Hall and those guys picked it up, and from there on, it's pretty much history, dog. It's going on. And then we went and we tried to patent the thing, and the NFL properties already had it. So we was mad. We were hot then. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we got our mascot Chomps, and then you got the new logo is now that big dog, the big bulldog.
Oh, I thought you was gonna say that. I thought you was gonna say that damn elf. Come on.
Yeah. Never did like that elf.
I mean, can you believe they put that damn thing in the middle of the field? I'm like, who is that gonna scare? People come. Yeah, they come and start stepping on that damn thing.
They didn't even make it a vicious looking elf.
Right.
Yeah, it ain't a vicious looking elf. It's a knife with a sharp teeth.
Right.
A weapon or something.
Right.
Steroid mouth, brownie on steroids.
Yeah.
So, back to your playing days. How would you guys like to get yourself psyched up for a game, like a pregame ritual or anything that you guys might have done?
You know what was crazy was now at home. Our stadium was always rocking. I mean, it was always rocking. Back then, people could bring their own banners in and all around the stadium. I mean, it was just banners hanging everywhere. And we used to walk through. Back then, we used the same stadium as the Indians.
Right.
Now the Garden. We used to walk out of that tunnel and that dugout. And man, let me tell you something. I don't care how you're feeling. When you walked out of there and you saw all those banners hanging, and it would get us ready, because Frank and I, what we did, we always ran back. We ran to the Dog Pound, and man, they got us hyped. They got us ready to go. But pretty much. A lot of the times when we played, we were always, especially toward the end of the year, we were always playing for something, whether it was to win the AFC Central, or some trying to position ourselves in the playoffs. So it was always that incentive to be ready to go and to play hard. But we were a pretty mean group. I mean, we really were. Clay Matthews, Chip Banks, myself, Frank Minifield, just to name a few of the characters that was on our team.
Yeah, Eddie Johnson was great linebacker. Eddie Johnson.
Hey, Eddie Johnson would knock the snot out your nose. I mean, he was. We call him the assassin dog. The assassin. Bless his heart. He's in heaven right now, looking down on us, laughing. Yeah.
So Denzel Ward, is he out of concussion protocols? I think he had a concussion, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think they said they thought it might have been, but it wasn't.
Well, I hated to hear that because obviously that was a knock on Denzel. He can't, we don't worry about him being able to cover or being a top corner. I mean, the knock on him was whether or not he can stay healthy, whether or not he can play. And when I heard that he was under concussion in the concussion protocol, I was shocked because I don't remember him. I don't remember when he went out or when it happened or anything.
I was shocked when he said that. I was like, "What?"
Yeah, that's what I said too. I'm like, when did that happen? So hopefully he'll be ready to play. But I like our corners. A kid I really like is Emerson too.
Oh
I like him. He's a big guy. He's rangy. He's not afraid to bump. A lot of them, they jump down. They say it's bump and run, but all they do is run. Because they open the floodgates and let a receiver run. And no, they got to know that's hard on them, man. When they open and let them, because those receivers, majority of the time, they're world-class sprinters. And so you got to try to take them away at the line of scrimmage. And people keep saying, well, it's different from when you play. You can say what you want to say. They still have 5 yards that they can take these guys and bump them. Because one thing Frank and I realized early in our career, if the quarterback look over there and that receiver's tied up at the line of scrimmage, he's got to go somewhere else with the ball. And with the pass rush that these guys have today, man, I would just love to be on that corner right now. I told him right now I could play 5 plays. Don't take me past 5. Don't. And I hope I get the bump so I don't have to run behind him because I can't go behind him, dog.
So who was your toughest cover in the league when you played?
It was a couple of guys. Believe it or not, a guy that wasn't very fast was a guy named Steve Largent.
Oh, Largent,
yeah. But what Largent was so good at, wasn't very fast, but he was a great route runner. And he was the type of guy that could double, triple move you and not disrupt the timing between him and the quarterback. And I never will forget one particular game we were playing them, and my film study told me if he lined at a certain spot and if he ran the post, if he took 4 steps to that post, I could jump it because he's committed to it. And boy, he took a extra step, and when I jumped that post. As soon as I jumped that post, that had me beat with that post corner. I said, "God damn it!" But and of course, the boys looking at you crazy, like, "What the hell were you doing last night? You all right?" But yeah, Steve, I have to give Steve Largent a lot of credit, man, because a guy like Jerry Rice, what he's going to do is Jerry's not worried about you. Jerry just know he's just going to try to run by you, beat you with his speed, and but both of them were excellent wide receivers.
Do you have a greatest memory of a game or like throughout your career?
Yeah, dog. There's a few of those. It was one of those games where we played in our division when we went against our rivalry guys like the Steelers and back then it was the Houston Oilers that was in our division. But I remember one game. I think it was my rookie season. Picked off Bradshaw 3 times, and here when I first came into the league, I was, the Steelers had Bradshaw. I mean, they had Swan and Stallworth. And yeah, here I am, a little rookie, man. I'm looking at it. I'm like, God damn, it don't get any harder than this. I said I had to grow up in a hurry because, but yeah, it was one of those games against the Pittsburgh Steelers when I picked off Bradshaw. So how you guys doing with your podcast, man? Y'all doing a good job.
Oh yeah.
I hear you.
Years. So.
I hear you. No, you guys are just fine, baby. Knocking it dead, big dog. But I'm just glad I had to. I've been trying to get on with you guys, but obviously, I got so much shit going on.
Mm-hmm.
Can I say that on your podcast? Okay. But I know when the first couple of times I was supposed to. I know y'all were talking about me. I know it. Y'all was talking about me. Y'all thought I wasn't coming, but I told you I was coming, big dog. So yeah. So I just want you to know I made it. So
yeah. You're going to be there for Arizona home game, next home game?
I will be there, my friend.
I'll see you in the draft room if you come up there.
You got it. I will. I come through there, and I do the TV show on the field. We start at 10:30 in the morning, and Channel 5, and then I'm all over the place after then. I do suite visits and all that stuff, and I don't really watch the game until I get home. Obviously, I tape it, but I will look for you, and we will chop it up a little bit.
Okay, cool.
That's one thing I definitely every Sunday is Jim Brown. Definitely miss Jim Brown.
Oh yeah, Jim Brown.
No question about it. Jim was the man. Jim was the man, and I whenever I saw him at the stadium or wherever I saw him, I always gave him that respect. I always went up to him and talked to him. That's where a lot of these, and I still do that to guys like Greg Pruitt or all those guys that played before me. You have to give them that respect. That's one thing I don't know whether a lot of these guys today they don't do that, but you have to give those guys their respect because those guys are the ones that laid the groundwork for all of us.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, thank you for coming, man. We definitely appreciate you.
Big dog, you guys are welcome, and good luck to you guys. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, you got it.
All right. All right, y'all. That was Hanford Dixon. So real quick,
the original dog. Frank Mayfield.
So
where the Hanford played? USC?
Southern Mississippi.
Oh, he was at Southern Miss.
Yep.
And Minifield was Louisville.
So this will be the last thing we do before we leave. Browns versus Seahawks. We need the predictions.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And then we gone after this.
You want me to start it off?
Or you want to go ahead and start it off?
I'm still thinking.
Well, like I said last week, the offense been playing boo-ish. So I see us probably getting maybe 2 touchdowns, if we can get 2 touchdowns. So, and I see a gang of field goals. So I'm gonna go with 26 to 23 Browns.
So they're 4-2, right? They're 4-2, just like we are.
Are they?
I believe. I think. I'm not 100% sure. I think they are. They got.
I thought it was 3. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, they won yesterday. So.
Yeah, they won yesterday.
Oh, they maybe it is.
Yeah.
They may be 4-3 then, right?
Yeah.
I think it might be 4-3.
Yeah, they might be 4-3.
They got some.
They haven't had a bye.
Oh, that's right. They haven't had a bye week yet. We
yeah.
did. So they had. They got some good receivers out there. Geno is playing out of his mind.
A good running back.
Don't really have that much of a good offensive line as Nathan Segura was pointing out on our show a little bit ago. I think this might be PJ's chance, and I think our defense is gonna get back to how they were playing. I think the Browns will win this game 34-21.
34-21. So who's quarterbacking?
4-2.
I don't know.
4-2.
There are
4-2.
4-2. Okay, yeah. So battle
Oh,
of
they
the 4-2.
4-2. Okay.
4-2.
Yeah, I don't know. It could be Watson. It could be you.
You're right.
They could call you.
You're right.
I think it's gonna be PJ Walker.
Yeah, I kind of hope it.
I
would
think
be.
I think they just don't want to say that our rotator cuff is
Toe up.
worse than it is.
Yeah.
Because if they do, the Cleveland fans are gonna get mad. And we don't pay them $230,000. You got and then
They're already doing that. They're
Yeah.
asking to bring back guys like Kobe, Jacoby Brissett,
they're ridiculous.
Colt McCoy's name.
Yeah,
So
right.
they're not gonna say his shoulder. Yeah.
So what's your prediction, Bruce? And we out of here. We rolling out of here.
30-26.
30,
Yeah.
26.
It's gonna be a good game.
I see a lot of turnovers.
Be a nail biter.
I see a lot of turnovers on both sides. I think it's gonna come down to some field goaling.
Dustin.
Yeah.
Dustin.
I don't think our offense is just that good yet.
No.
And what about Ford? What's his injury? I heard he had an ankle.
Ankle or hamstrings? One of those two.
I think they said it's a high ankle.
He was dealing with that in preseason. Wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
That's why he didn't play a single preseason game.
Strong is a
signing off of the practice, or he was signing in free agent.
Jackson too. They got Deion Jackson.
Deion Jackson for the Colts.
Yeah, so it's gonna be an interesting week to see what's gonna happen.
Who's gonna play and what's gonna play out.
Yep. All right, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. You got our predictions. Bruce had Browns 30-26. Tank 34-21. Myself 26-23. We all got the Browns winning. So we're gonna see who's gonna come alive, who's gonna quarterback. Could be Bruce, could be Tank, could be me. We don't know, but
48 degrees. 48 degrees Sunday.
Thank you for Hanford Dixon showing up today
And
Nathan Segura. Thank you for joining us tonight, guys.
Most definitely, man. Make sure y'all come back next Monday. And then next week, we got the Chicago premiere of the last song, Maxie's Revenge. And sounds like some Monday Night Football is on right about now. So we ain't hold y'all too long. I'm Javon, Base the Legacy.
Bruce B. Smooth Ballard.
Tank, a.k.a. DJ TK.
Just in case y'all was wondering, we got like 3 cameras. So you see us simultaneously looking 3 ways. We got like 3-4 cameras in here. But if you want to check out the recap of this show, you can go to the YouTube page, Tomahawk Entertainment Group, and check out Against All Odds Sports Radio Show, or Facebook, Tank's Facebook, my Facebook, and the show's Facebook. So Against All Odds Sports Radio Show. All right, we gone, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.
Go Browns.